Before I tell you about what happened, let's first tell you the distinction between a band called Blue and a band called Blur.
Mm-hmm.
So Blue is a pop band that was really big in England, I think late 90s, I'm going to say early 2000s, somewhere in there. I'm not quite sure.
Mm-hmm.
But here is their big hit. This is the big hit by a band called Blue. I don't think the music made it here. Like they have some stars that are just theirs. Like we have some that are just ours. But every once in a while, you get the international stars, like the Lady Gaga's. Blue is not that band. I guess Can't Breathe Easy is the name of it. Yeah, Breathe Easy is the name of the song. And this was their big hit. Sort of one-hit wonders. I don't know that they had any big hits other than this.
Never heard this band or this.
Of course you haven't. No, they're big in England. They're English. They're British.
Okay.
And it's very boy bandish, so it looks very 80s, early 2000s. You know. So that lead singer dude, you saw who he was, right?
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to show you Blur. Blur is a band you should know because they did very well. They had hits. They were on Billboard. Blur had two big songs, one in 1994 called Girls and Boys and one in 1997 called, I think, like Song 2 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's play Song 2, the first clip. Play the first clip for the people so they know. People know Blur. And you might not know Blur off the top of your head, but the minute I play this song, oh, yeah, I know this song. Remember this?
Yep.
I liked this song.
Mm-hmm.
And then their earlier hit, what's interesting is that, this was 1997 when this came out. And what's interesting about that song is that it feels very late 90s, like that grunge thing. But yet their song before that, I always thought that it was like an 80s band because it has that punk feel to it that like, not punk, but like that new wave sound that was really big in the 80s, you know? So here's the song, Girls Are Like Boys, I think it's called, or Girls and Boys. You'll know this one.
I don't know this
one. Yeah, this was a big song in 1994.
Yeah, the station I was at, we played the hits.
No, it was an alt hit.
Yeah.
But it was the top of the alt hit charts. Okay, so the other thing you need to know about these two bands is that the word Blur, B-L-U-R, and the word Blue, B-L-U-E, are similar except for the last letter. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
One of them has an R, the other has an E, and that's an important part of the story because the lead singer of Blue tells a story about when Donatella Versace flew him and the band to Milan for Milan Fashion Week, for Fashion Week that week, because she wanted to meet them and she wanted them to perform for her.
And we got invited to Milan Fashion Week by Donatella Versace.
Wow.
So we got kitted out. They invited us to Versace in Bond Street. Got kitted out. I had the leather pants and the leather jacket. I thought I was the Don.
Do you need me to interpret?
Anyway,
Versace flew him to Milan Fashion Week and got all dressed up.
So we get a private plane out there. They flew us out.
Private plane.
And landed. Went to the fashion show, and afterwards they were like, "Look, we want you to meet Donatella. She wants to meet everybody." So you lined up like you're meeting the Queen. She looked at us like, and I said to Webby, "This is a bit weird, isn't it? If we're supposed to be like one of the guests."
They thought it was weird that they were there.
Well, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Anyway, cut long story short, we gets back to London and she invited Blur and not Blue.
No.
Yeah.
She meant to invite Blur. No, she did. She told her people she wanted Blur to come because that's the band that she liked. But because Blue was popular at the time, her people went, she must mean Blue.
No.
Wow.
And
we were like the new band out, so they must have thought, she means Blue.
Wow.
And, she invited Blue and not Blur.
She meant Blur.
She
So
wanted
when-
song 2. She wanted woohoo, and
Yeah,
she did not get
woohoo.
that.
Yeah, she wanted Girls Who Meets Boys. She wanted all that stuff. So when these other guys showed up, she was like, "Who are you? Why are you here?"
Oh no! And they're like, "No, we were invited." And no, you weren't.
No,
dude.
no, you weren't. Blur was invited.
Wow.
Somebody in my team can't spell.